I'm Lawrence Icalina, and I am the academic supervisor of the Department of Hospitality Management, composing of Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management and Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management. Hopefully, after this short discussion with you this afternoon, you will be able to recalibrate your plans and will be able to um, think of what really is the career path for you. And I do also hope that after this short talk this afternoon, you will realize that you have the potential to be part of the tourism and hospitality industry to become future hoteliers and tourism professionals. To give you an overview or a rationale of my presentation this afternoon, my presentation will compose of the following. I will give to you an idea of our faculty, our industry partners, our community extension activities, our engagements, our laboratory facilities, the activities that we have in the department, and of course, our alumni. To start off, let me start my discussion this afternoon by giving to you a short backgrounder of the BSHM and BSTM programs of the department. So the BSHM, BS Tourism Management Program of the University of San Agustin are four-year programs or four-year degrees. So the programs related to the fields of hospitality and tourism education will equip students with competencies that are needed to execute operational tasks and management functions in food production or culinary, accommodation, food and beverage service, tourism planning and product development, events planning, transportation services, travel and tour operations, and other emerging sectors of hospitality and tourism industry. It is to be noted that the tourism and hospitality industry is worldly or widely rather renowned, universally renowned to be the fastest and largest growing industry, despite of the COVID-19 pandemic that we have experienced 2 years ago. The tourism and hospitality industry is slowly starting to get back on its feet. And we can now see that a lot of tourism and hospitality professionals are being employed once again in this new normal, in this new world that we have. So with that, opportunities are really boundless and are really seamless in the industry should you choose this industry. I always say to my students that the tourism and hospitality industry is like a hot pot of or it's like a mix of different professions all crafted into one unique and one incredible program. So I treat my perspective about the tourism and hospitality industry is just like that. Also, the Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management program, this was formerly known as Bachelor of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management. Now it's known as BS Hospitality Management. The USA BSHM program was established in the year 2001. On the other hand, our BS Tourism Management program was established in the year 2003. So if you will analyze, we are a relatively not so old program compared to the others. The BSHM and BSTM programs were established by the Commission on Higher Education because they have seen the rapid growth and increase in the demand for the hospitality and tourism industry. Also, one pride that we have in the university and in the department and in the College of Commerce is that very recently we have officially received our PACOCOA, our Philippine Association of Colleges and Universities Commission on Accreditation Incorporated Level 1 accreditation for the BSHM and BS Tourism Management program. So what does this mean? This means that the programs HM and TM are not just delivering faculty instruction, curriculum, community extension, research, amongst others, for the benefit or good enough for regional purposes, but could be of national caliber and even international caliber. So with this, we are very happy that we have conformed to the standards set by this external government governing agency. To add to this, the faculty members and staff of the BSHM programs, there are five faculty members of the BSHM program for the second semester of this academic year, and we have Ma'am Maria Luisa Goles as our food laboratory custodian. We are proud that out of the five faculty members that we have, 4 out of 5 of them are graduate degree holders. Dr. Catherine Aman is a doctoral degree holder. The rest are working. One faculty member is working on his master's degree at UP Visayas, and the rest are master's degree holders. Aside from this, faculty members are not complacent with just having or achieving their master's degrees. They are even going beyond what is required from them by pursuing their doctoral degrees. For instance, Ma'am Sheila Gumapak is currently enrolled in her Doctor of Management major in Tourism and Hospitality Management at Central Philippine University. And Ma'am Jessa Jane Frio, a faculty member of the HM program, is likewise enrolled in her Juris Doctor degree at the University of San Agustin. In addition, faculty members of the BS Tourism Management program, we are 5. And we are proud to say that out of 5, 100% or 5 out of 5 are master's degree holders. And we're also proud to say that the 5 faculty members of the BS Tourism program are all pursuing their doctoral degrees. I think 4 of them are undergoing their dissertation. One has just passed her comprehensive exam for her doctoral degree. So combining the BSHM and BS Tourism programs, we are not again just static on achieving our master's degree, but of course, we want to further hone our expertise, our knowledge, and principles, theories that we learn so that we could also better give our students better services, better learning, and better experiences. To continue, it is also a pride of the department that out of its 9 or 10 faculty members, 3 are holders of are bestowed the title Certified Guest Service Professionals or CGSP. If you are part or if you are from the tourism and hospitality industry, if you're working in the academe, specifically in the tourism and hospitality industry na area of discipline, you will know that CGSP for us, tourism and hospitality professors or instructors, is very widely known. This is not just a national certification. This is an international certification given by the American Hotel and Lodging Educational Institute, which means that if faculty members or if practitioners, even students have acquired their CGSP titles, this means that they have indeed qualified into delivering competent and high caliber guest services to their clients. So of course, we wanted to expose our faculty members to these kinds of industry immersions and to acquire these trainings because they will impart again their learnings to their students once they are in their classroom. In terms rather of our industry partners, we have shown to your screens are a couple of them. These are not all of our industry partners. One slide is not enough to fit all of our industry partners here, but name it land, water, and sea. We have our industry partners with them. So for instance, we have partnered before with Discovery Shores, with Philippine Airlines, Cebu Pacific, and AirAsia, the 3 aviation giants in the Philippines. We also have partnered with Magsaysay Maritime, Richmond Hotel Park Inn. The very recent industry partners that we have are Courtyard by Marriott Iloilo, Astoria Culinary and Hospitality Institute, Iloilo Skyways Travel and Tours, Hospitality Institute of America Philippines, and Raja Travel Corporation. It is also with great pride that we share to everyone that the first ever virtual internship program offered by Courtyard or offered by any Marriott brand in the Philippines, the first partner academe of Marriott in their first ever virtual internship was the University of San Agustin, specifically the BSHM and BS Tourism program. And that is not just here in Western Visayas, but all across the Philippines. We are the first partner of Marriott brand in the Philippines. So that's something to be proud of. And that speaks that our industry partners are trusting the faculty members, are trusting the quality of students that we give to them as future professionals. When it comes to our community extension services, of course, at the university, we are not just trained to pursue truth, veritas, and to pursue unity or unitas, true unity, but rather we are also learned or taught to perform and exemplify the core value of caritas, Christian love, or charity. And this is manifested during the conduct of our community extension activities. Flash on your screens is one of our very recent community extension activities, which was held at Balay de Layunan Home for the Boys. So what happened here was that this was a service learning activity in one of the subjects of the fourth year senior HM and tourism management students. So since we are at the pandemic right now, the best that we could do is to share the resources that we have to our brothers and sisters who are in need of them. So as you can see, our students were not involved during the turning over ceremony. The people involved were only the faculty members and staff because again, we are still at the risk of the COVID-19 pandemic. But point of the story is this was initiated by our students. Next, still at Balay de Layunan, this was before the pandemic. This was, I believe, months before, a couple of months before the March 2020 lockdown. So some of our students, so this was the last time that we were able to bring our students out of the campus and be able to have really a first-hand experience talking with the community, because it's a different thing if you are on the ground talking to the community rather than you're just in the classroom observing. So lain experience ang ginahatag. It's a different kind of experience that we give to our students if they themselves will talk to the people on the ground experience. So they talked with the boys at Balay de Layunan. This was under their travel age this was under their tour guiding subject. Would they planned initially to have a city tour in Iloilo. What they wanted to do was to bring out these boys. They will rent a bus and then they will have a city tour around Iloilo. It's both bridging and exploring and enhancing their competencies in their tour guiding subject, communication skills, history skills, etc. And also at the same time giving back or paying it forward to the community. Next, this one is from the community extension activity of the BSHM program. This was still with our adapted community or partner community, Barangay Nabitasan, Leganes, Iloilo. So our HM students during this time, this was also before the pandemic, in their banquet or in one of their professional subjects, I believe it was their food and beverage subject or catering management subject. What they did first was they gave an initial demonstration on how to do table setting, on how to do skirting, how to do flower arrangement, etc. And then they organized a competition for the youth, for the mothers, and for the local community to practice what they have demonstrated. So again, they are giving it a shot on what they learned inside the classroom, but at the same time they are also helping the community discover their potential. We would hear the local community say that we could use these new learnings once that we have fiestas or once we have events, and this could be a potential source of income in the future. So hearing those feedback from the local community, we are assured that our goal of having partnerships and exposing our students to community extension was indeed or is indeed achieved. So in the University of San Agustin, all across programs, you are not just trained to be academically competent, but you're also trained to have the heart for the Filipinos and for the local community. Now let us proceed to one of the big pillars of the academe is research. So the research engagements that we have, to give you the numerical data, for instance, for the BSHM program, we only have 3 regular and probationary faculty members. Out of these 3, 1 out of 3 or 33% of the regular and probationary faculty members of the said program are presently involved in research projects, which is an ongoing research project. For the BS Tourism program, out of the 4 regular and probationary faculty members, 4 out of 4 or 100% of the faculty members of the BS Tourism program are presently involved in research projects. These are both completed and ongoing research projects. To further add to our information or to our evidence on our research engagements, of course, our faculty members are encouraged that their researches or research projects do not just gather dust in the cabinets. What we do is, as much as possible, the results of our research projects are presented in international and national research fora. So for instance, we have one faculty member who presented his research project during the 4th Philippine Research Conference on Tourism and Hospitality. Yours truly also presented our study at the first International Research Summit organized by the Philippine Association of Collegiate Schools of Business. So additional research engagement that we have is we also have our visiting professor program, which is spearheaded by the Office of Research and Global Relations and the Department of Hospitality Management. During this time, last year, our speaker was Dr. Benigno Glenn Ricaforte. Dr. Ricaforte is a renowned book author of hospitality and tourism books. And he is a full professor at the School of Hotel, Restaurant, and Institution Management at De La Salle College of St. Benilde. So the event was graced by over 300 students, faculty members, and staff of the department. And of course, aside from exposing our faculty, our students to webinars related to and trainings related to research, our students themselves are also presenting their research projects on colloquia. So for example, one research group from the BS Tourism, third-year BS Tourism program last academic year represented the department and presented their research project during the College of Commerce Research Colloquia. This was the research group of Aklan et al. And the research title was Tourist Motivation and Expectations in Visiting the Province of Iloilo. So it's not just the faculty members and staff who are doing their presentations in national and international research fora, but likewise our students. We are trying our best to expose them and to bring to their attention that data and statistics do not lie. Next, when it comes to laboratories, it is with great honor to share with everyone that one of the biggest strengths that we have in the program is our facilities, specifically our Hotel Santa Monica. So our Hotel Santa Monica is also known as the Dr. Henry O. Chusoy International Center. If you're residing in Iloilo City, you will see the Hotel Santa Monica strategically located along Halandoni Street here in Iloilo City. It's just beside the University of San Agustin Gymnasium and across 7-Eleven in Halandoni. So it's our facility, and at the same time, it is our state-of-the-art laboratory facility, and will soon, hopefully in no time soon, will become a full-service hotel. So this will not just be a laboratory facility for our faculty members, staff, and students, but it will really cater to the needs of the Ilonggo community. Next, the Hotel Santa Monica provides our faculty members an opportunity to practice their professions and contribute to the progress of the hospitality industry in Iloilo City. The Hotel Santa Monica is composed of 50 rooms. And the said facility also serves as the avenue for the students of the department to develop and enhance their skills in hospitality and tourism during their laboratory, as well as providing real-life industry experiences when they assist in the various departments of the hotel. And I believe no one will contend if I say this, but the University of San Agustin, the HM and PM programs are the only programs in Western Visayas having a 7-story hotel facility for its students. So this is where the investment of the parents, of the guardians, and of our students go. We, as much as possible, upgrade our facilities for them, because of course, theories and principles alone will be nothing we have to bridge the gap between principles and theories, or rather principles and actual industry practice. That's why the university has invested in this millions worth of laboratory facilities such as the Hotel Santa Monica. So potential HM and tourism management students, you are in good hands during your laboratory experiences or classes because you have a 7-story building which will serve as your laboratory facility. And speaking of laboratories, the BSHM program was already granted by the Commission of Higher Education the certificate to renew, rather to resume its face-to-face laboratory classes, however, limited for the meantime for the second semester. So we have already started our limited face-to-face for our third year Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management. And of course, you will not be granted with certification to reopen by CHED if you have not complied the minimum requirements, the minimum safety and health protocols set rather by the said office. So some of our preparations or actual things that we're doing right now, just to give our viewers, our potential HM and tourism students, an idea of how we have adapted to this new normal. Of course, we might be in the new normal, but we have to make sure that our safety or the safety of our faculty members, our staff, and of course, our students are still our top priority, or is still rather our top priority. So we have crafted together with our AGSO office a waiting area for the students. We also have followed our foot traffic for our students, our one-way foot traffic. We also have upgraded our dressing rooms. We have also conformed to the standards when it comes to our food laboratories. So we have invested in air purifiers and signages and our restaurant area. So this is just a glimpse of what to expect when you become an HM and TM student here at the university during the new normal. And here are some of the photos of our students during their resumption of their limited face-to-face laboratory classes. So this is under Ma'am Gumapak's and Ma'am Prio's class. This is catering management laboratory by under the BSHM third year. So it gives us so much pride to see our students being able to go back and practice the theories and principles they learned into actual reality or into reality. And I believe that Ma'am Haya showed the video kanina of the Hotel Santa Monica. However, it was abruptly ended. It did not end well. So probably, Ma'am Haya, if it's okay, I could share again the video for everyone to have for us to finish the promotional video of the Hotel Santa Monica. Okay. So enjoy this very quick, around 2-minute video of our facilities of the Hotel Santa Monica. Welcome aboard the Department of Hospitality Management. Okay, we do hope that you enjoyed that short clip of the Hotel Santa Monica. Again, that is our laboratory facility, our 7-story laboratory facility for our BSHM and BS Tourism students. If you have noticed, the laboratory facility that we have focused more on our BSHM students. However, our BS Tourism Management students, do not worry, because in no time soon, the university will have its own travel agency that will be your training ground as future tourism professionals. Next, allow me to discuss with you the activities that we have. First would be our co-curricular activities in the programs. So flash on your screens our parade of culinary dishes this January 2022. So this was actually a co-curricular requirement in one of the subjects of the 4th year in their laboratory, in their meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions laboratory subject, which I was their professor. What they did during this time or during this co-curricular requirement was they sought the help rather of the freshman students, HM and TM. So for the HM, what they brainstormed and proposed was to have their parade of culinary dishes. They segregated the HM into culinary dishes in Asia, culinary dishes in Southeast Asia, for example, amongst others. So this is a co-curricular requirement, and it's a way for us that as early as their first year, freshmen are already exposed to co-curricular activities such as this to hone their expertise in their chosen fields. Of course, we also have our co-curricular requirement for the BS Tourism Management Program. This was their Parades of Nations and Regions 2022. This was still the co-curricular requirement of the 4th year tourism students in their subject MICE laboratory with me. So for this one, they had first year tourism students participate by assigning them in different regions of the country and nations in the world. And then first year students must be able to execute the greetings, the national costume during their parades of nations and regions. We call it like it's like the initiation. It's like the initiation that we have for our first year tourism and hospitality management students to welcome them in the department. So this is part of our welcoming tradition to them, the parades of culinary dishes, nations, and regions. So hopefully the next time or this coming June or August of July of 2022, I will see your faces during the parades of culinary dishes, parades of nations, and regions 2023. Another co-curricular activity that we have is we organize webinars that are attended not just by local schools here in Iloilo province, but by schools all over the Philippines. And very recently, the last webinar that the 4th year organized, one of their speakers was, or rather was, is our very own Department of Tourism Secretary, Honorable Bernadette Fatima Romulo Puyat, who was one of the speakers. We also had Sir Ian Barcelona and renowned mental health advocate, Dr. Joyce Piapgo. So we are ensuring that our students, as much as possible, because they're already exposed to the top caliber speakers in the region or in the province or in the city, what we try as much as possible is for them to be challenged into getting speakers that are of national level. So who knows, during your time, your challenge will be having speakers of international caliber. But for now, I do hope that you will be able to be inspired of these co-curricular activities. Of course, hindi mawawala sa favorite co-curricular activity of our BSHM and BSTM students is having their national and international educational tours. So these pictures depict the very last educational tours that we had before COVID hit or started. So first year tourism students had their educational tour in Cebu and in Bohol. second year students or third year students that time had their educational tours in Manila, and the seniors, HM and tourism students, had their international tour in Thailand during this time. This was 2019, the very last educational tours that we had before the pandemic. Aside from co-curricular activities, we also participate or have several extracurricular activities. We join, for instance, regional and national competitions where our students are most of the time emerging to be the winners, or victorious. So we participated, for instance, in this Council of Hotels competition, which was before the pandemic, 2019, and our students also won several awards during this time. So these photos were the competitions joined by our BSHM students. On the other hand, we also have competitions joined by our BS Tourism students. We have been the champion for 3 consecutive years in inter-college tour guiding competition in Iloilo City, with Ma'am Abonado and yours truly as one of the tawag nito, one of the trainers, kumbaga, one of the coaches, that's the correct term, one of the coaches during the tour guiding competition. Again, this is one of our ways for our students to be exposed and of course build their confidence, build their trust with themselves, talk to the public, communicate properly to the public, and most importantly, execute or implement the learnings and principles they learned inside the classroom. At the bottom left, we were the regional quiz bee champion during the last regional quiz bee organized by the Department of Tourism. On the bottom right, we were also third place during the quiz bee competition organized by De La Salle University Das Marinas, and Miguel Sampolio became the champion during the face mask and face shield design competition, also organized by De La Salle University Das Marinas. So those are just some. Again, we have limited time, so I cannot share all of the extracurricular activities and co-curricular activities that we have in the programs. Of course, it is also with great pride that we shared with you or to you the successful alumni that we have. So for instance, we have Miss Chini De Leon, who is an international flight attendant of Philippine Airlines, here taking a photo with Eiffel Tower. Next, we also have Ma'am Edeline Villanueva, a customer service professional at Emirates Group Airport Operations at Marhaba Services Dubai Airport. We also have Sir Roderick Sipacio, the front office supervisor at Inchak Tower Hotel. Furthermore, we also have Ma'am Nicole Patrimonio, the sales manager at Windham Doha West Bay, Doha, Qatar. Ma'am Nori Bertomo, the receptionist of Doubletree by Hilton, Doha Old Town, Doha, Qatar. I also have sharing with you here my classmate, Cashalos Banyes, a flight attendant, an international flight attendant of Cebu Pacific Air. Ma'am Sarah Jane Sormion, former flight attendant of Qatar Airways. So the industry, as much as possible, knows that, or industry partners or industry companies or companies in the industry already know the kind of graduates that we give them or that we produce. Once they know that the applicant is an Augustinian, HM and tourism alumna or alumnus, for sure these applicants will already have an edge. Because again, our students are not just trained to give service from the heart. Our students from the very first time they enroll at the university, they are already they are already imbibed with them the core values of Unitas, Caritas, and Veritas, and that those are the characteristics that make them rise above the other potential applicants. So our students, our alumni are of international caliber as well. Unfortunately, I don't have the luxury of time. However, if you have further questions or concerns, you may reach us in our departmental Facebook page, the Department of Hospitality Management, University of San Agustin. Middle photo is also our official Instagram account or Instagram page. Right part is our official email address, usa-depthm@usa.edu.ph, and my work email address, lecalina@usa.edu.ph. If you have further questions, you may email us or contact us on these various platforms. To summarize or to end my presentation this afternoon, what are we really looking for students who are aspirants or for students who are motivated, who are considering to be part of the tourism industry and hospitality industry? What are we really looking for in this industry? In this very moment or at this very moment, I will share with you some of the major characteristics and criteria that we are looking for in our students for them to survive in the hospitality and tourism industry. Number one on the list is right attitude. In the tourism and hospitality industry, attitude is everything. So if you don't have the right attitude, this is not the industry for you. Next would be genuine love for people. Because again, we are a people-oriented industry. We give or provide service, and the service that we provide is not just service that will satisfy, but service that will delight the customers and the guests. Satisfaction is different from delight. Delight is of another level. So we are looking for people who has or who have rather that genuine love for people, that genuine love to make people happy. So if you think that you have that characteristic, you might be a potential HM and TM student. And finally, we are looking for students or for people who finds or for an individual who finds purpose in serving others. At the university, all the things that we do are not just for the benefit of ourselves, but for the benefit of the people around us, the people in our community. Of course, we also do what we do for the greater glory and honor of God. And also, we do what we do para sa bayan, para sa Pilipinas. That's always what we do. So again, these are just some of the major characteristics and criteria that we're looking for. If you think that you possess these characteristics, congratulations. I cannot wait for you, I cannot wait to see you here in the USA, BSHM, and BS Tourism programs. To end, I would always hear people ask me, one of my major life decisions was to take tourism management as my undergraduate degree. And they would always ask, why hospitality and why tourism? How about we change the narrative or we delete the narrative and we change the narrative to why not hospitality and tourism? With that, I am Lawrence Icalina. Madamo gid nga salamat and be safe everyone.